What is Form 12BB? When to submit the form to get tax exemptions? In order to claim tax exemptions through your employer, you must submit Form 12BB along with proof of your investments in January or February. Your employer calculates TDS based on this information. People who are required to pay tax ahead of time, also known as tax deducted at source, TDS, are expected to submit investment statements every fiscal year in which they are claiming a deduction. This is beneficial as tax-deductible investment disclosures can lower your tax rate since TDS is deducted from a balanced taxable salary. The investment authentication and confirmation compliance process includes Form 12BB. Do note that you are not required to present the approximate investment disclosure as a major aspect of this disclosure. However, investment proof is required for later, which is where Form 12BB enters the picture. What is Form 12BB? 12BB is an announcement of claims made by any person for tax reduction purposes. Through this form, you can proclaim deduction qualified genuine investments made or any such expenditure on which tax return is given. Form 12BB is documented toward the end of the financial year. Form 12BB should be filed alongside legitimate verification of investments or costs on which you assert tax reductions, which is pertinent to every salaried citizen. Is it mandatory to file Form 12BB? With effect from 1st June 2016, every salaried citizen must file Form 12BB with their employer to benefit from tax breaks on eligible investments and expenses. Similarly, submitting supporting written proof along with Form 12BB is required. What deductions will I be able to claim in Form 12BB? You can proclaim the following tax-deductible pay segments alongside supporting testimony, where pertinent, while filing Form 12BB. Housing Rent Allowance, HRA. In the initial portion of Form 12BB, you can give details to guarantee the assessment derivation on Housing Rent Allowance, HRA. Note that to claim HRA, you have to submit the accompanying subtleties, rent receipts alongside the name and address of the landowner. PAN of the landowner, if the lease paid is more than 1 lakh rupees every year. Leave Travel Allowance, LTA. The worker can likewise proclaim LTA for tax exclusion purposes. Section 10(5) gives tax exception benefits on the LTA received by a worker. In any case, tax breaks on LTA can be claimed for travel within the country up to 2 times during 4 years. Interest in home loan. Employees can claim tax derivation benefits on their home loan under Section 80C, principal reimbursed, and Section 24, home loan interest payment, when documenting Form 12BB. You can likewise account for registration expenses, stamp obligation, and broker charges for tax findings under different relevant segments. Important points to know before filling Form 12BB. Plan your investments well ahead. Income tax disclosure is made toward the beginning of the year, and their evidence is submitted towards the year's end. Maintain records of verifications submitted. Always keep copies of evidence submitted to an employer or company, as it is not feasible for you to recollect every one of the receipts. The Income Tax Office can request a proof at any time. This is why it is fitting to protect every one of your receipts with you for an extensive time frame. Never submit forged investment proofs. You will be accountable and responsible for forged receipts. If your case goes under examination, unforgiving punishment in the form of a penalty will be levied on you for submitting phony verifications. Submit verifications before the due date. Always dodge a minute submission. Every taxpayer needs to submit bills of different stipends to guarantee tax cuts. In this way, there is a high probability that you will commit errors in submitting proofs. It is recommended to present the same accurately and conveniently to avoid any erroneous conclusion in TDS deduction to avoid a critical situation. Other things to keep on your checklist. If you have switched jobs within a particular year, at that point, do not claim the maximum benefit of the deductions at both the old and new company, as your tedious reasoning would not be right, and at last, at the time of filing your income tax return, you should pay tax to the income tax department with relevant reformatory interest for late tax payment. Every year by January or February, companies and government organizations request for submission of evidence. Nonetheless, employees may likely make some more investments by March end. Disclose every one of your ventures and salary to your company previously to maintain a strategic distance from payment of interest US to 34B and to 34C for non-payment or short payment of assessments at the time of documenting your annual tax return. Additionally, note that you do not have to surrender any personal tax evidence with your income tax return. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe this channel for regular updates.